What's up guys, today I'm going to be doing a part 2 to the top 5 franchises I think should come to LEGO Dimensions. Let's start off with number 5, and that could be the Terminator. The Terminator could come in the form of a fun pack that comes with the Terminator and a vehicle which could be the truck they used in the second movie. The Terminator's abilities could be punching and stuff, but for range attacks he could also have the shotgun. Now what I think they could do with the Terminator is a special feature, just like in the Marvel games when Wolverine dies you see he's kind of adamantium skeleton. When the Terminator loses lives he could slowly be losing his skin until he's just the robot. That would be a really cool feature. And then obviously he just regenerates his skin back after some time when he gains some hearts back. For the adventure world, I think it would be a good idea to be in the future, and then from the future you can have the option to go to the past, either with the TARDIS or the DeLorean, or a good idea would be to have this kind of time machine they have in the Terminator, so you could go in that and actually travel to the past from there. Now I think it would be a good idea to actually be in the future first and then travel to the past, because the Terminator comes from the future, so yeah, that would be a better idea in my opinion. And finally, the most obvious thing, in the adventure world you could also get missions from characters such as John Connor or Sarah Connor. Number 4, I think it would be a great idea to have Ice Age. Now that could be in the form of a fun pack just like the Terminator, and you would get Sid as the character and Manny as the vehicle. So just like Jurassic World has a raptor, Ice Age could have Manny. For the adventure world they could have a variety of different places. So they could have like that mainland full of ice, you know, from Ice Age. Then they could have the one where the ice is melted, so when you move further along you get an area where there's no ice. You could go in a hole or something to visit the dinosaur area. And maybe you could go into a spaceship or something to go out of space, just like Scrat did in the newest movie. Number 3, I'd love to see Mario. Now Mario could come in the form of a level pack, obviously that would be a Mario character, and the two vehicles could be the Mario Kart and a mini build of Bowser. Now the level could be obviously a Mario level, and just like in Adventure Time and the newer level packs, they could have more than one level. So the first level could be a 2D level, and the next one could be a 3D level. The best feature Mario could have could be a wheel of power-ups. So just like Jake for instance has the transformation wheel, Mario could have the same or similar wheel, and in that one he could have, I don't know, like 10 different power-ups. So for instance he could have the Mega Mushroom to turn into Giant Mario, or the Boomerang power-up to be able to throw boomerangs for ranged attacks. He could have the Tanuki Leaf to be able to have the Tanuki suit and fly. He could have the Superstar to be invincible for some time. He could have the Gold Flower to turn into Gold Mario and gain lots of studs, and a bunch of other power-ups that I have not mentioned. The adventure world could be just like the Midway Arcade adventure world, so they could have lots of different areas from Mario levels. Number 2 is another Nintendo game, and it's also another level pack. This one is The Legends of Zelda, and it could come with Link as the character, and the two vehicles or gadgets could be Wolf Link and Link's horse. The level could be based on one of the Legends of Zelda games, such as the Ocarina of Time. The adventure world could be also based on the Legends of Zelda games, and you could explore the land of Hyrule while doing different quests for different people. And finally, my favorite part, Link could have the sword switch ability, but unlike Finn, Link has so many swords, so he could like switch between more swords and they could have different abilities. And finally, the number 1 franchise that I have chosen is Generator X. Now this could be in the form of a level pack and could come with Rex, as well as 2 vehicles, which could be the Providence airship and Caesar spaceship. Ability wise, I believe Rex could have the best abilities in the game out of all the characters. So he could have a transformation wheel like Jake does, but instead of turning himself into something, he could use his hands and feet to turn his body parts into machines like he does in the TV show. So for instance, he could use the shield things to protect himself from attacks like the magic characters do. He could use the jetpack glider thing to fly. He could use the feet to jump really high up. He could use the whip to kind of whip onto different areas like Finn does with the Finn sword. He could use the gun to shoot projectiles for ranged attacks. He could use his sword for better fighting ability, and he could use his giant punches to fight again, but also to break through walls and stuff. He could use that hovering motorbike thing to run faster, or to like drive it instead of using a vehicle. And finally, he could like be collecting points every time he kills an enemy, so whenever he collects enough, he can turn into that giant robot, as he did in the last Generator X episode. And the adventure world could be traveling to the various locations from the Generator X TV show, such as the Bug Jar and the main city we normally see him in. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Please check out my other videos and please subscribe.